What's up, everyone? Welcome to the speed episode of 2 a.m. in Sweden, aka We Got Next. I'm one of your hosts of the show, Hayes, aka El Shifty, and it's just me today. We're kind of doing this solo. We're going to have another episode tomorrow, which is why you're only seeing me today for this. It's going to be a speed episode. I'm probably going to time this maybe 10 minutes, if that, just giving quick hot takes, different thoughts. WNBA draft was tonight, so I said, let me get that out the way as well. So just going into the WNBA draft, Paige Buckers got drafted number one overall. Congratulations. She is going to the Dallas Swing. So that's props to her. Next one we do have, and I saw some tape on this woman. But let's see if I can, what's the best way to figure this out? Oh, so Dominique Malonga, I might have pronounced it wrong. I apologize, but drafted number 266 going to Seattle Storm. Homegirl, I saw her banging. So congrats over there. Number three, Sonia Citron from Notre Dame's going to the Mystics. Kiki, she was number 44 on USC. She's also going to the Mystics. Then you have someone from Lithuania, Justi Justit. I might have pronounced wrong. I apologize. But she is going to the new team, the Golden State Valkyrie. Next, we have at number six, and she did good in the playoffs. Sorry, the March Madness the tournament. But Georgia Moore is going to Kentucky. She was solid. No, next one, she's going to the Mystics. Let me say that. Number seven, Anissa Murrow from LSU is going to the Connecticut Sun. Pretty sure, yeah, that's the Connecticut Sun. She's going to be up there. And then also Sanaya Rivers, who she was good. If you ever watched any NC State games, regular season, or also in the March Madness tournament, you know how Sanaya did. But she's also going to the Connecticut Sun. So that's two of them that they got over there. And then Sarah Ashley Barker from Alabama, she put up a 40 piece in the tournament, but she's going to be with the Sparks, with Kim Brink, and then also Kelsey Plum. Then we have at number 10, I'm assuming that's Asia Svica is going from Slovenia and she is 6'4". She's going to go play for the Chicago Sky, and then we also have Haley Van Lith, TCU, who all before then she was with LSU, and then prior to that she was with Louisville, is going to play for the Sky as well. Um, so that's good. Angel Reese is there. Last pick to the wing, NC State, Isaiah James, if I'm pronouncing that right. So it's a 12 pick, second round, little baby. We have Aaliyah Nye from Alabama. Where the heck? I can't even see half of these names. What the heck does that even say? I don't know what y'all did, but your icons are not great. Oh, the Aces. So that's a trade from the Sparks in the exchange for Kelsey Plum. Then we have number two pick in the second round, Madison Scott from Ole Miss. It's going to the wing. Then we have the Lynx getting Anastasia Kosu from Russia. She doesn't have actually a height listed, so we'll just go with that. But she was number three. Number four, we had Maddie Westbeld from Notre Dame. Number five, we had Cheyenne Sellers. She's good. She's solid. Congrats to the Valkyrie for that one. And then number six, we have Tahina Papau, little baby over there. 5'9". So congrats to her. She's nice. I wish she would have went earlier, but congrats. You also had Michaela Timpson going to the Fever, Bree Hall. So they had back-to-back picks. And if you look, three picks in the second round, you had Tina Pow Pow, my little baby, Bree Hall, who I got to see play on TV, but also in person. And then you also had Sanaya Fegan, who also got picked up. So congrats to all three of those women from South Carolina. Um, so yeah, that's the only thing I'll say there. I want to touch on over to the NBA side of things. So there was some wild shit that happened, but we'll kind of run through this quick. The first one I do want to touch on is Mike Budenholzer. Bro, let me get his job. So Mike Budenholzer got fired by the Phoenix Suns, and he had a 4-year, $40 million contract. $10 million each year. Got fired after the first year. Sorry. Think he had like a 5 year, $50 million contract because he gets 4 years, next 4 years, $10 million a year. Tell me you got $40 million just to be at home? I do that any day. Fire me for all that. And then the Pelicans GM, let me see if I can find this one too. The Pelicans ended up letting go of their GM. I'll figure this out in a second. But going back to the Phoenix Suns, they're blaming it on the coach and letting him go when it's not even the coach's fault. Like if you're putting on the coach, you're wild. But it was three coaches that have all been fired. So you're gonna tell me it was all three of the coaches? No, at one point it has to be the players or the general manager, someone in the system. That's the issue for it. Um, I might have to go see Georgia more. Hmm, interesting. Not gonna go say that out loud, but definitely gonna like that one. Shout out to Bleacher Report for reporting every single one of the picks. That's really good. Can't be mad at y'all for doing that. But David Griffin, VP of Basketball Operations, is out after 6 seasons. Again, I don't really know how you're always putting this on the coaches when sometimes it got to be the players at one point. So the playoffs are also set. And I know that Steven and I will talk about this tomorrow on the show. This is probably going to be one of the main things. The other thing I will cover is just letting everyone know how the shakeup happened in terms of the NBA game we usually play with records. But the number one, I'll start with the East and I'll go to the West. The number one seed in the East is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number two seed is the Celtics. Three is the Knicks. Four is the Pacers. Five is the Bucks. Six is the Pistons. Seven is technically up for grabs. Seven and eight are both up for grabs. But the first playing game is going to be the Hawks against the Magic. The second playing game on the East is going to the Bulls against the Heat. Me personally, I'll say this tomorrow. I see the Magic winning that one. Then it's going to be the Bulls and the Heat. I can see the Heat winning that one. Then it becomes the Heat against the Hawks. And the Hawks, I don't know if they have enough to beat the Heat. The Heat only need to win 2 games to then play the Cavaliers. Going to the west side of things, we have the Thunder, we have the Rockets, we have the Lakers, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, the Clippers, and then the 7-8 game is going to be the Grizzlies against the Warriors, and then the other game, 9-10, basically is going to be the Mavericks against the Kings. So kind of looking at this, and I said this before. At one point, it was 3 against 6, and it was going to be the Lakers and Warriors. That was not happening at all. Let's just get that out the way. They were never going to let that happen. Impossible for that to be some sort of behavior that they would ever let happen. In the first round, absolutely not. But with this, I can see the Warriors winning, and then they're playing the Rockets. Then the Grizzlies lose, but the Grizzlies can beat the Mavericks or beat the Kings. And then the Grizzlies would then play the Thunder. I can see the Grizzlies squeaking 2 games out of that series. It would be like 4-2. The Rockets and the Warriors, I can see the Warriors winning that if they put their all into it, which then allows it to be exciting second round of the Lakers against the Warriors, which must see TV. Everyone will want to see that. That's just how I'm predicting it to end up going. But again, the Warriors have to win for any of this to end up happening. Then looking at the Thunder against probably the Grizzlies or the Mavericks, um, Thunder are going to take that one. Again, I said 4-2 over there. But then looking at the Nuggets Clippers, that might be the closest one. Yes, a head coach matters, but either team can win. Y'all have Denver, but if Kawhi decides to play and act right, Kawhi can take that team as far as he wants to. And it could really be a showdown for the Western Conference championship game. The Clippers and the Lakers, you have it set up for it to be straight LA. So they have all the pieces. Again, I just do not trust the Thunder to make it to the championship game over there. Then on the other side, I'm not going against the Bucks. I'm sorry, Giannis is still there. They didn't have Damian Lillard. Yes, they had Drew Holiday. Yes, they had Chris Middleton. But I'm sure like Giannis can give you 4 games against the Pacers to have them move on. They're not losing in the first round. So I have enough confidence to end up saying the Bucks might be able to squeak that one by. Have a solid coach, So I'm thinking between the two, they should be able to make some shape. Knicks Pistons, get out of here. Knicks are winning that one. Again, I know that's Steven's team we'll talk about tomorrow, but I could see the Knicks coming through with that. Don't want to give too much away, but I am excited. So that's all I'm going to say. Just wanted to make something super quick out here. I told you 10 minutes. This is like 10:20 by the end of this is over. But also, some people started finding out about the show at work. So I'm going to still talk about work at times, but it might just be a blend. And if y'all catch on to it, you catch on. If not, hey, more power to you. Maybe next time you catch on. Till next time, it's Hayes. We out.